like I said, nomination day is the 4th. All the Russian people to name the 41 for. Let the people do it in their own timing. You understand what I'm saying?
Correct.
So boom. Tomorrow is, today's the 4th, not so? Right, she named the full 41. Everybody on point. Where you go do?
Ready to
You
go.
understand? Young says no politics in payments, 5 million for pariah-diverse families. Families say, and attorneys say, too little, too late. Kamala says diving tragedy payment and election stunt. I'm just going through the headlines. Kamala names her general election slate of 39. Jerlene John fights for Couva North. I thought it was putting a Shagonas West, you know. Who would have put in Shagonas West? They had named Shagonas West yet?
Yeah.
Anyway, look, but look, Dr. Lakram Bodo there. I see somebody pop something must last week about Lakram Bodo leave the party and all kind of thing. But look, Lakram Bodo, you see how propaganda is a hell of a thing, boy. Anyway, Kamala says PNM ministers and family roll with armed security. So, right, but none for you. So PNM ministers and their family rolling with armed security, but none for you. Today's nomination day. Today is nomination day. 41 seats up for grabs. Young says government assessing impact of U.S. tariffs. Businesses worry over Trump's tariffs. Oh, Lord, how am I telling you? This payment is about politics. Israel can destroy CJ photo. Lord, Israel can, you're going to the extreme. Easy as see. 5 appeal convictions for Dr. Kure murder. And those are some of the headlines in the paper this morning, all right? Red Force on the ropes in sport on the 17th Women's World Cup dream ends. All right, that's it for the news day this morning. I tell all you, I'm moving with speed. We mashing the accelerator this morning. We have to be on time this morning. I don't tell Chef that this morning. I say, Chef, I know you're coming this morning, boy. But it have plenty to talk about, and people want to talk about plenty with this payment. All right, and we want to find out about the economics of Trinidad and Tobago being the 7th worst economy. So Kevin Ramnarine is coming up in a little bit. In the meantime, Olive's House, let's get to that. Olive's House Senior Care Facility located in the serene Sangre Chiquito area of Sangre Grande at Rosie Latchman Avenue, Eastern Main Road, James Smart Village. And it's beautifully situated with that spacious main area, full living and dining rooms, fully equipped medical wards, as well as assisted living quarters, inclusive of all required amenities. Now, it's designed to offer comfort, freedom of movement, and support your loved ones in their senior years. Olive's House is operated 24/7 by a staff of professional, qualified geriatric personnel. Hot meals are prepared daily, and that's according to specified dietary requirements. So find out more now about the services offered by calling Olive's House Senior Care Facility on 232-6367, 291-7919, or 374-4165. And you could find them on Facebook and Instagram. That is Olive's House. Also, Chef Shiraz is here. He had the bartending and mixology that started yesterday. That is 6 Thursdays. He has the baking and pastry, the creative international cuisine, and the certificate in culinary arts along with the cake decorating. That will all start on the 26th of April. Well, the baking and pastry starts tomorrow. That will be 5 Saturdays. You could call him when he comes off here and find out more about the payment plan, the job opportunities, and all of the courses. And you can call or WhatsApp him on 372-4639 or 737-5097. All right, that's Chef Shiraz. I also want to remind you about Jameson. All right, just let me just get my Jameson in order here. Yeah, nice. My Jameson in order, man. Easy, star. Easy. All right. So improve your wellness with 1,800 milligrams of omega-3 to support your heart and brain function each day. It's here for your health. Jameson omega-3 complete. Find it today at your local pharmacies. Redeem your Jameson coupons before April ends at all leading pharmacies that carry Jameson products, nationwide. All right? So, finally, and I will show all you how serious I is this morning. Run, Stefan Run is on. Sunday, May 25th. Breakfast inclusive. Registration is $200. I have on the gray t-shirt this morning. That's right. Whether you have black, a blue, a gray, because there is no one specific color for autism. All right? Get registered online today, please. And as early as possible on trinbagoevents.com. Okay? Walk-in registration will not begin until the 22nd of this month, the 22nd of April. I don't want to tell you about the prizes. I don't want to tell you that this is the biggest cash payout for our 5K in Trinidad and Tobago. You already know that. You're getting your participation medal. You're also getting your t-shirt and your breakfast. Talk done. All that's left to do is for you to get registered. Be moving on. 7 minutes past the hour, 6 o'clock this morning. Like I tell all you, we ain't sticking this morning at twal. We ain't sticking this morning at twal. All right. Now we're going to come back to this topic at the top of the hour, but it's on the front page of the paper. Everybody wants to talk about it. The Prime Minister says, no politics in the payout. Let me get your thoughts on that very quickly. 327-7400. That is the number to call. That is 327-7400. When you call, all you do is stick it. All you see the kind of speed I'm moving with this morning. We cooking with gas. Well, chef have an electric kind of thing going on there, but we in that zone too. All right? Some people go in electric, some people still have combustible engine. Where you go do? All right, here we go. We're taking them fast and furious, eh? This man does always keep it short. Hello, good morning.
A very, very good morning
Hello?
to Stefan. Yes, Stefan.
No, I'm not hearing.
Very good morning. Right.
Just now, caller.
My problem is...
Come, fellas.
Okay, sure.
We not time to stick. Or it could be me. I plugged in, you know. Look, technical man, come in there. Oh, all right. I see what happened there. All right, hello, good morning.
A very, very good morning to you, Stefan.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Remember when the Venezuelan family was detained in the heliport?
Yes.
Down there. They sent back the family and they left the minor in Trinidad, a young guy. When Gerard Ramdeen took that matter to court, I think, subject to correction, the young guy was awarded 1.2 million TT.
Yes, he was awarded some money, yeah.
Right, he's alive and well. However, 1.2, these people was only awarded one each. That's an insult. That's a slap in the face.
But the matter is in the court, eh? Hello?
Yes, but even though that is an insult, and you correct, this is election gimmickry, and Mama Guy are so upset about all the best.
All right, no problem. All right, well, the opposition leader said that, yeah? I believe it is. It coming across like that very strongly. I don't know who advised the Prime Minister to go and announce that. And he didn't even inform the family according to the question asked by Akash Samaru. Did you inform the family? No. But you come straight out of cabinet meeting in a press conference to announce it? Nah, man, everything about this wrong. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister saying that he was concerned about it a long time. Did he ever carry a cabinet note saying to pay the people? When they went, did any one of the social services went and helped the children, give them a book grant, give the family a food card and anything at all to assist them during this period?
No.
So you come now during the election time now to come to play again that now and want to go have a photo of that the PNM cares. And the amount of money you're getting now is not equivalent to what they're entitled to.
Right.
So then really and truly, it's just, as we say, political gimmick. It's showmanship.
All right.
So I totally annoyed. While we're glad again something, at the same time we're annoyed they're not getting what they rightfully deserve.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
All right, man, no problem. Yeah, look, they're paying them, they're making a payment of $1 million. The matter is in the court. So they said that whatever the court decides, whatever compensation is awarded, if they award them $5 million, it will be $4 million they will have to pay out again. Because they're making like an advance ex gratia payment, accepting more liability of $1 million. Hello, good morning.
Stefan, morning. Yeah. After the commission inquiry and certain findings that they get, I don't understand how come nobody get charged for corporate manslaughter as it.
Yeah, but I think that is being looked at and reviewed. But go ahead.
And from a health and safety point of view, if you really check it out, the company that they work for and Petrotrin liable because they're supposed to have an emergency response team on standby. They never had an emergency response team on standby. After the bacchanal happened, then they now scrambling to try to get people to help them. So I don't understand what's going on.
All right.
You understand?
Yep. And you all have to remember too, this $1 million payment that come in, which will cover Christopher Boudram as well. Remember during the commission of inquiry, Christopher Boudram didn't even have money to cover illegal fees. You remember that? Morning.
Hey, Stefan.
Yeah, morning, morning.
Good morning. Yes, I just want to say this, right?
Yeah.
An ex gratia payment is a voluntary payment made without any legal obligation or liability,
Right.
often out of goodwill or a sense of moral obligation. Moral? You're saying moral and Stuart in the same sentence?
Oh, God.
No, sir. It is a guilt trip because who was in charge of the Coast Guard and they barred them from attending to the person
But that would
to
have had
the
been the Minister of National Security? Or the, well, in that case,
exactly.
yeah. So it
And
would have
he
been the
said
Minister
he
of
was
National Security.
thinking about it for such a long time and so on.
Right.
Guilt trip. Thank you.
All right. No problem. We are 13 minutes past your 6 o'clock. I have 4 minutes to take some calls. 4 minutes. So let's keep it short. If I keep it as short as this, I could take plenty. Hello, good morning. Yeah, man, idea. Thoughts?
Stefan, how low we could go in this country again, boy. You know, just I think it was Saturday or sometime the opposition leader mentioned that how she would be financially compensating the divers. You know, all in a sudden this man come out and going to pay $1 million for the divers. I want him to pay that money tomorrow. Don't wait until election or thing. Pay tomorrow. Let the divers take it and let us still do vote for PNM and continue with their lawsuit in the courts. And we still want to know who was the minister that was in the meeting with Mushtaq Mohammed and Colin Piper and made all those decisions not to allow any rescue into the thing.
Okay.
But let me tell you, some people in this country really have to wake up and understand how much dotishness we're going to tolerate from these fools and them. Have a good morning, Stefan.
All right, no problem. 14 minutes past your 6 o'clock. We're going again. I'll take another one. Here we go. Hello, morning.
Hi, Stefan. Morning.
Yeah, man, go ahead. What are your thoughts?
I think that it's just political, mama guy. While we're grateful that these guys got ex gratia payments, and the comments behind it is just showing 2025. With these politicians and them, it leaves a lot to be desired because this guy, who is the PM now, was Minister of National Security at the time. I
No,
think.
he was Minister of Energy and Energy Affairs at the time. He was the Minister of Energy.
Energy.
Yeah.
Energy.
He's still the
And
Minister
for
of
him to
Energy.
say-
by the way.
To say behind what he said was the fact that it was in his mind and all that. There's a lot of bull crap as far as I am concerned. I'm glad that the guys got it, but the politicians leaves a lot to be desired. Before I go quickly, Trump doing his tariffs. This is for our manufacturing sector, for these government officials to be sitting down and planning how Trinidad can work again, get Trinidad workers to work, develop our cocoa and industry, develop our marketing industry here in Trinidad. You understand what I'm trying to say? We need to get Trinidad working again, you know. Get workers working because you can't get local workers, develop back the manufacturing sector, the agriculture processing industry, the fishing industry. You know, these are things that should be opening rather than scratching our head and putting a tax on it. Watch on see how much things going up because of the tax. But that's not the way. I'm hoping that there's an open up call for us as well too.
All right, no problem, man. Yeah. All right, so with that, I've got to take a break. We got to go to the break. We got to get to Kevin Ramnarine. We have a rather lengthy first break. But, you know, look, when you're talking about an incident that happened in February of 2022, I believe the divers they surfaced dead in March of 2022, by March, right? Because this went on for a little while, right? Where no rescue attempt was made. So you have no rescue attempt made. You have these men that was left there to die. You had a diver that came out, gave you proof of life, yet still nothing was done. No attempt was made. The lack of an attempt is what bothers me. You know what I mean? The lack of an attempt. You measure leadership based on how people respond when they're back against the wall under pressure. Right? We could be fair on that. That's a fair assessment. Right. 3 years have passed. You have paid about $50 million in legal fees through a commission of inquiry, and you have paid this to lawyers with the feeding frenzy going on, $50 million, and all we found out is exactly what Christopher Boudram was willing to tell you for free. He was willing to tell you that for free. When Christopher Boudram gave his testimony at that commission of inquiry, I get nightmares. You know, I get nightmares. I claustrophobic. I don't like to be in enclosed spaces. I just feel, you know. And when the man started to describe this thing was so horrifying. When we heard the audio, remember the audio was played that these guys are live talking to each other.
Yeah.
Right? You okay? You all right? You think, bam, wherever. When you hear that these men were alive in that pipeline, I don't know how many people actually could put that in a space in their mind and actually think about it in that realistic manner. Yeah. But that's why I just do. That's why everything that's kind of touched me. That's why I'm so passionate, because the emotion now. Because when I think about those things, I put myself in that space now.
Correct.
Right? And I remember that the Prime Minister said, at the time, that is Dr. Rowley, the former Prime Minister, he said that Cabinet can't make something to this effect. You can't just go and make a decision like that to pay people willy-nilly. Right? And they were talking about the insurance and barrier and this, that, and the board, that, right. And all of a sudden it could make willy-nilly in a cabinet meeting now. So if it could have happened now, why couldn't happen a few years ago? You understand? And this is going to be your problem. Whoever advised this payment, whoever advised this to the Prime Minister, well, I feel, let's set him up. Yeah. Because there is no way that any rational thinking person is going to look at this and say it is not political. We'll take a break. When we come back, Kevin Ramnarine. Stay tuned. Chef, it's sizzling, boy.
It's sizzling.
The following is a paid political advertisement.
At the age of 12 years old, I attended Bishop Anstey High School. At the time, I didn't have access to a laptop and my mom couldn't afford it. But thankfully to the UNC government, I was able to have access to one, and it was so much easier to not have to worry about sending in my assignments on time. And I'm so grateful. Thanks, Auntie Cams. When UNC wins, everybody wins.
That was a paid political advertisement.
Brace yourself for the third edition of Jazz and Wine, a soulful musical experience that is more than jazz. On Sunday, April 27th from 4 p.m., featuring the panist known for his dynamic stage presence and passion, Dane Goulston and his live band. Master saxophonist Pedro Lazama, captivating violinist Andre Donowa, the powerhouse vocals of Paula Salandi Green, Kevin Humphrey, and local recording artist Nisa. Also center stage, the dynamic musical ensemble Freetown Collective. This event is definitely more than jazz, creating unforgettable memories. Sunday, April 27th at the enchanting Outdoor Garden Theater, Queens Hall, from 4 p.m. Tickets available at Java Nation, Queens Park East, and online at islandetickets.com or call 737-2373 to arrange delivery. Jazz and Wine. Miss it? No way.
Whether we are on the road or in a fence, we sure to mash it up. Cause we bring the energy, that's who we be. We party till we jump. Hey, Angel Larry. Yeah, man, boy, you ready for this one? I'm ready. Okay, let's go. I see people, plenty people. I see people, VIP people.
Coloring your hair is now easy with Bijan Easy Color for Men. Bijan's advanced cream formula prevents stains and drips, and it gets rid of the gray in 10 minutes. Bijan Easy Color for Men, for a natural color at no gray.
Anytime you see this one consistent, we go be the last man standing. From the time we shake up the band, watching people them start to jam, we'll be the last man standing. From the time we reach on the stage, we don't mash up everything. No.
Stop waiting for the perfect time. It's now. At Health and Fitness Gyms, we don't just change bodies, we change lives.
Give me, brought me back to life. Give me, brought me back to life.
Every rep, every drop of sweat brings you closer to your strongest and healthiest self.
Give me, brought me back to life.
No excuses, no limits, just results.
Yeah, I woke alive and no change in my mind, no it had to be God. Yeah, you let your boy and I'm having a hard time. 'Cause I gotta speak it, no covering.
Join us today and take control of your future. Health and Fitness Gyms, where transformation begins.
The best buys and best savings just got even better at JTA Supermarkets. Eve Premium Chunk Tune and Vegetable Oil and Water, 4.9 ounces, 3 for $19.99. Fruit or Juice Drink, 1 liter, 2 for $19.99. Eve Sweetened Condensed Filled Milk, 385 grams, 3 for $24.99. Brunswick Mackerel, 425 grams, 2 for $19.99. Swiss Tomato Ketchup Spouch, 750 ml, 2 for $19.99. Brunswick Sardines and Soya Oil, 106 grams, 2 for $19.99. Swiss Macaroni, 400 grams, 3 for $19.99. Cara Coconut Milk Powder, 50 grams, 4 for $19.99. Flavorite Ice Cream, 3.2 liters, 2 for $99.99. Carlton's Choice Bathroom Tissue 12-pack, $19.99. Plus many more items, specials valid until April 6, 2025. JTA Supermarkets, where your total bill always costs less.
The St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival 2025 on May 6th. Pure Jazz featuring Mateo Mancuso. On May 8th, Grammy-nominated Jasmine Horn. On May 7th, Kingdom Night, Maverick City Music. Gospel powerhouse Tasha Cobbs Leonard. On May 9th, Beanie Man and Bounty Killer unite. Young Brother, Patrice Roberts, Ricky T, The Story. On May 10th, the world unite for World Beats. Nigeria's Ruga. She said she know me got a girlfriend. And Joe Duet Feely. Summer Walker. The ultimate celebration on May 11th. Ronald Boo Hinkson. John Legend's soulful voice. Dance under the stars to Earth, Wind and Fire's hits. Purchase tickets at stluciajazzandartsfestival.com.
The countdown has started to the grand 3-car raffle presented by Presentation College San Fernando. Drawing Easter Monday, April 21st. The draw takes place at the school. Get your tickets now from islandetickets.com. Teachers, pupils, parents, alumni members. Also, JTA Supermarkets nationwide. Christina Shoes nationwide. Bellini Drugs, 519C3 Mall. Ramsing Sports, Cuba and Chaguanas. Sona Jewelers, Chaguanas and Pinal. All Extra Foods. All Cost Cutter Supermarkets. All Police Credit Union branches. In Accessorima and Port of Spain. Disco Mart Tunapuna. Jumbo Foods Barataria. All Kenny Sports Stores. Crosby St. James. Simon's Musical. Board Street. Sinanan Drugs Sangre Grande. Mart's Liquor Palace Ego Martin Main Road.
Deadline for ticket purchase is Wednesday, 16th April. For more info, call 752-9758 or 652-2311.
All funds in aid of school upgrade. Presentation College San Fernando's brand new 3-car raffle.
Before you take your omega-3 supplement, check for the natural product number NPN on the label. This unique code shows that Jameson products have approved rigorous Health Canada testing for safety and effectiveness. Unlike some supplements that carry disclaimers like not approved by the FDA, Jameson Omega-3 is the trusted choice, offering 1800 milligrams of EPA and DHA for heart health. Choose quality. Choose Jameson.
CPR Productions presents 7-Year Itch, a brand new comedy written and directed by Penelope Spencer.
Final 2 shows, Cipriani College, Saturday 5th, 8:30 p.m. and Sunday 6th of April.
7-Year Itch stars Cecilia, Penny, Rhodey, Curd, Saran, and Siobhan. A comedy about love.
Tickets available, Doman Shoe Store, Long Circular Mall, Beachology, Mukarapa Road,
Anthony's Florals, Valpak Shopping Plaza, Electronics Arima, K-Squared Stores, West Mall, Eastgate, Brentwood Mall, Chagonas, C3 Center Mall, San Fernando.
Cipriani Labor College box office.
Island e-tickets. For info, call 683-4843.
7-Year Itch, a must-see comedy.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Lent is here, and the castle is making fasting easy and tasty. With a fresh catch, seasoned local style, and cooked to golden perfection. Try the fish meal, the fish combo, the fish sandwich combo. Want more fish? Well, the royal fish meal is for you. Or maybe you just want our famous fish sandwich. The delicious Lenten specials are hot and waiting for you at your nearest royal castle.
Hey! All you let we go Vincy Mass this year! I don't hear everybody talking about the vibes, the all-inclusive parties, the juve, the street parade, and the competitions in pan, mass, and calypso. And don't talk about soca monarch. It's real bad. And to top it off, Vincy Mass is easy on the pocket, but it's classy and very safe. So all you let we go Vincy Mass this year is June 27th to July 8th, and we in that.
Book your tickets and accommodations early. For more information, email info@vincymass.vc or find them on IG at Vincy_Mass, on Facebook at Vincy Mass, or log on to www.vincymass.vc.
Let we go Vincy Mass 2025!
Forget about bucket lists. We want to know what's on your best life list. Vacation, education, renovation, celebration. Live your best life with Island Finance. Visit a branch near you or islandfinancetrinidad.com and live your best life now.
You can depend on Island Finance.
Subject to credit approval and documents verification.
Healthy hair starts with Shamir. Restore starved, damaged, dropping hair with Shamir herbal hair products. Formulated scientifically with aloe, ratchet, and panthenol for growth and nourishment. Shamir.
IMF data indicate that Trinidad and Tobago's economy is the 7th worst performing economy in the world for the period 2016 to 2024. So 7th worst performing economy in the world. So I, being naturally curious, I wanted to find out who is ahead of us. Number 1, Venezuela. Number 2, South Sudan. Number 3, Yemen. I think the United States was planning to bomb them recently. Sudan, right, which is different from South Sudan. Equatorial Guinea, Lebanon. And at number 7, Trinidad and Tobago. And right behind Trinidad and Tobago at number 8 is Ukraine, country which for the last 3 years has been bombarded by Russia. So what all these other countries have in common with us? These are all countries with war, civil strife, and so on, and we are part of that group of countries. This is IMF data, not my data. IMF data indicate that Trinidad and Tobago's economy is the 7th worst performing economy in the world for the period 2016 to 2024. So 7th worst performing economy in the world. So I, being naturally curious, I wanted to find out who is ahead of us. Number 1, Venezuela. Number 2, South Sudan. Number 3, Yemen. I think the United States was planning to bomb them recently. Sudan, right, which is different from South Sudan. Equatorial Guinea, Lebanon. And at number 7, Trinidad and Tobago. And right behind Trinidad and Tobago at number 8 is Ukraine, country which for the last 3 years has been bombarded by Russia. So what all these other countries have in common with us? These are all countries with war, civil strife, and so on, and we are part of that group of countries. This is IMF data, not my data. IMF data indicate that Trinidad and Tobago's economy is the 7th worst performing economy in the world for the period 2016 to 2024. So 7th worst performing economy in the world. So I, being naturally curious, I wanted to find out who is ahead of us. Number 1, Venezuela. Number 2, South Sudan. Number 3, Yemen. I think the United States was planning to bomb them recently. Sudan, right, which is different from South Sudan. Equatorial Guinea, Lebanon. And at number 7, Trinidad and Tobago. And right behind Trinidad and Tobago at number 8 is Ukraine, country which for the last 3 years has been bombarded by Russia. So what all these other countries have in common with us? These are all countries with war, civil strife, and so on, and we are part of that group of countries. This is IMF.
All right, people, so that was Kevin Ramnarine there. I believe that was the town hall meeting in St. Joseph that took place not too long ago, where he made mention of Trinidad and Tobago being the 7th worst performing economy in the world. And, you know, some people went searching for it, and some people were a bit confused because they couldn't find a report on it. But we have him here via Zoom. And like he said in the clip there, Venezuela, South Sudan, Yemen, Sudan, Lebanon, Equatorial Guinea, Trinidad and Tobago, Ukraine, Republic of Congo, and Suriname are the top 10 in terms of worst performing economies. I want to bring in Kevin via Zoom and say good morning to him. Morning, Kevin. How things? Hello? I'm there. Yep. Just now, Kevin. All right. I think well, I'm hearing him, but I don't know what happened with your screen just now. That's now, eh? If what? Hold on. Yep, Kevin.
Are you okay now?
All right, so Kevin.
Yeah.
All right, so you're hearing me, right?
Well, yeah, I'm hearing you. You hear me?
Beautiful. So, okay, so we get things going. In terms of Trinidad being the 7th worst performing economy, I understand that it is a database outlook that was put out by the IMF, and you had to analyze the data. So I guess, could you explain how that data was analyzed? Yeah. What's that? Is Zoom cut off? All right, no problem. Here what? We're going to do this via phone line because I can't stick this morning. All right, that's now. I can't stick this morning. I don't want to stick, and I want him to properly explain it. So I do want to have to go through no kind of difficulties this morning. All right? Fellas. All right, so they reconnected with Kevin. But how that happened? Every morning with the Zoom people, we don't have no problems with people every morning. All right, so we're going to get Kevin back on in just a little bit. Oh, God. This one will throw me back 6 minutes. Yep. All right, so we're going to get him back on. But what happened is that some people went looking for this thing, and they could not find it. And when they couldn't find it, you know, it became a bit confusing that there was no report on this thing. And I contacted Kevin, and he told me, you know, it is the IMF putting out data. You have to download that data and then analyze that data. And when you analyze the data, Trinidad and Tobago runs 7th in the worst performing economies in the world. All right? Beautiful. Nice. Are you hearing them now, fellas? Let me get cracking. So we got him back on here. Nice, Kevin. Good, man. You're looking sharp this morning.
Well, I assume we have everything sorted out now, right?
Yes, everything is sorted out.
And congratulations on your 5K. I see it's on the 25th of May.
Yes.
I will be there participating in the 5K.
All right, nice, man. Great.
All right.
Appreciate that.
And I'll also be at the Cora Dash this weekend.
Yeah. All right, so you enter those things, man. Nice, man.
Yeah, well, you know, you have to do things other than politics, especially when you have so much misinformation and defamation and propaganda flying around. You have to do things to keep yourself in, keep your mind sometimes away from these things, because
Exactly.
life isn't only about politics, right?
Nice, man.
But we wanted to talk about some issues with the economy this morning. And you started off by referencing the now very popular, widely viewed speech at La Jolla last week, Thursday.
Yes.
And reference which was made to the Trinidad and Tobago economic performance as being the 7th worst performing economy in the world since 2015. And since that speech has been given, I've gotten, a lot of feedback from many distinguished people all over the country and so on. And so then there was a blowback on that on social media by persons I don't know, but I'm told that the video was published, it was widely viewed, and allegations were made about my character, which could be deemed injurious. So we'll have a look at those things. But let's come to the issue about how we arrived at this conclusion. So people said, now notice something, Stephen. Nobody in the PNM has replied to that 7th in the world. Nobody.
I realize that.
Right? You haven't had a reply from Mr. Imbert. You haven't had a reply from Mr. Stuart Young. You haven't had a reply from the new finance minister. But the people who have been replying, I'm not sure of their qualifications in economics, if they could differentiate between GDP at constant prices and GDP at current prices. But let's not deal too much with that.
Right.
How did we arrive at this? So people said, okay, they went on the internet and looking for a report. And they're not seeing this 7th in the world anywhere.
Right.
Another person said they contacted people in the IMF, and the people in the IMF said no such ranking exists. So I went and I detailed 15 steps at how I arrived at this, right? And I even wrote it out, 15 steps.
Okay.
So first of all, we start off with this premise. Not all information could be found in reports, right?
Okay.
If I tell you this morning that the temperature in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean is 30 degrees Celsius, and how did I arrive at that conclusion? If I tell you the average temperature in San Fernando today is 32 degrees Celsius, or the average temperature yesterday was 32 degrees Celsius, and I went down San Fernando with 300 thermometers, put them all over the city, and at the end of the day, I collected data. I analyzed that data and I came to a conclusion. It's 32 degrees Celsius. That is not residing in any report on the internet anywhere. It is research that I have done.
Right.
In like manner, there is no report that has that ranking. That is something which was the product of research. And I think this is where this whole issue is probably beyond or escaping many people, that somebody could actually go and do their own research and come to a conclusion. So what did we do, right? Or what did I do? I went to the IMF website, right? And you go to the IMF website, I detailed the 15 steps of how you get there for those who want it broken down. You go to research, you go to something called the World Economic Outlook. The World Economic Outlook is a report which is published by the IMF every 6 months. I think there's one in April every year, and there's one in October. Every year. I went to the October 2024 report. It's called Policy Pivot, Rising Threats, and so on. And all these reports have an associated database with them. And that database allows you many, many optionalities. You search by countries. You could search, once you search by countries, you could select. And if we are measuring economic growth, and I'll say this very slowly, we use something called real GDP, which is GDP which eliminates the noise effect of inflation, right? Okay. So that when you are assessing your economy, you are not going to be, if the price of Edos goes up tenfold, that is not going to be, so if the price of Edos goes up 100-fold in Trinidad and Tobago, that's using Edos as an example, right? We could use methanol. If the price of methanol goes up by 100% or 1,000% in 2025, all of a sudden you will see a spike in what is called nominal GDP or GDP at current prices. So economists use GDP at real prices, real GDP or GDP at constant prices.
Okay.
So having gone into this World Economic Outlook database, you have to examine GDP at constant prices, which is another way of saying GDP at real prices, right? I just want to, I know this may be a bit complex and so on, but I just want to show you that I didn't wake up on Thursday morning last week and decide, boy, I going down in La Jolla and I'm going and say this thing. I don't do that, right? So you go to the World Economic Outlook report on the IMF, and that's when I spoke. When I spoke in La Jolla, I was specific to say the source was IMF data. I didn't say an IMF report.
Yeah.
Because I would quote the report, I would go as far as quoting the page in the report. So having gone into that database, you put your parameters for what you want. So you select 2015 to 2024. You could select 2016 to 2024. And that then gives you, and I think you have that then gives you, it asks you now, after you select the data range, you click prepare report, then you click download report for those who want to get this thing. And then you download a file, and the file name should be WEO_data plus XLS, right? And you now have an Excel file that you could manipulate, that you could analyze. And I see you have a sharing feature here, and I think it's turned off.
Yeah, allow the screen to be shared, gentlemen, so that we could share the
But it's
screen.
unfortunate that we have to go through this, and I'm asking the question, why has the government not responded?
Right.
That there is a whole lot of more information that could come out on the performance of this economy in the last decade, because Trinidad and Tobago's economy contracted by somewhere around 18% between the period 2015 and 20. And again, our friends on the internet say, well, where's the report? I went on the internet and I didn't find the report. Oh gosh, it have no report. So everything now must be a report. But yet, again, we go to the CSO website.
Right.
And we download the Excel file on the CSO website for Trinidad and Tobago GDP at constant prices, also known as real GDP.
Right.
And we analyze. So there's no report, sir, or people out there saying that there's a decline in the Trinidad and Tobago economy by 17 to 18%. You have to go and do the analysis. And that is what was done here. There was the analysis of that database, and I hope the sharing feature is open.
Yes, the sharing feature is open. You can go ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So you're seeing this?
Yes.
You see that? I just shared. I didn't make that up. Right? If I had the capacity to make that up, I'm very good. Right? I should be in one of those movies like Catch Me If You Can or something like that, right? But I didn't go and type up this. This is what was downloaded from the IMF website.
Wow.
And you analyze this, right? And
is it hold on, Kevin? Based on that list, I know that the top 10 was released, but we are performing worse than Haiti?
Well, economic performance, measuring economic performance is change of course in the GDP, right? Am I back on screen?
You could oh, you're still sharing, so you just have to click the same feature and you'll be back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have we stopped sharing?
No, the data's still on the screen here, the list of countries. Right?
All right, trying to
I see in Afghanistan, after Suriname, Puerto Rico, Haiti. I see Argentina there. Wow. Yeah.
Right.
Right. So you need to click, yeah.
Right. I think I'm back now. So I don't want the audience looking at numbers, right? So that I just put that to demonstrate that anybody could go on. This is free. This is not, you don't have to get a login or anything like that. Or you don't have to...
Kevin, you gotta unshare the screen.
Okay.
To come back on. What you gotta do? Click camera. I don't set this to this bam bam, you know. Yeah, you gotta come out of that.
Right.
Brilliant, nice. Go ahead.
Right. Okay. So I put up that to show people that I didn't make up that. Right? That is something you download from the IMF World Economic Outlook report and you analyze. So there's no report, right? There is an analysis. So in the research process, right? If you ever been, research is a very simple thing. We all do research on a daily basis and we are not aware of it. You collect data, right? So if you collect data, you analyze data and you come to a conclusion.
Right.
And so I've just explained my methodology for my research. I'm sorry to be so academic this morning, but I had to deal with this, he make that up and where that come from.
Yeah.
And again, if the government of Trinidad and Tobago wants to have a debate, a discussion about economic growth, and they want to challenge this, and they want to, go into a deep dive into the economic performance of the country for the last, under their period, 2015. I looked at 2015 to 2024. The database also allows you to look at 2016 to 2024, 2017 to 2024. You can look at different parameters. You have to look at GDP at constant prices, as I said, to eliminate the inflationary, the swings of inflation. And you arrive at the conclusion that the economy did not perform very well in the last 10 years, right?
Yeah, but let me ask you something. What in your analysis, someone who keeps their eye on the economic activity, the growth or contraction of the economy, what contributed to that decline?
Well, in the main, many things contributed to it, but the main factor driving the contraction of the economy was, I think, a 31% decline in the energy sector's contribution to GDP. So again, let me just say, there's no report saying that. I had to go on the CSO website, download, so people will go and look for the report, right? Saying exactly. You have to go and download the Excel spreadsheet from the CSO website and analyze it. And that is what we do. And I think that people need to understand that, this is a way by which are we okay? I see you making a hand signal there.
No, you go ahead. Be good.
All right. I thought I went off air or something.
Oh, no.
So this is a way at which, this is one way of getting knowledge, right? By analyzing data and arriving at conclusions. And if we don't do that, we might as well go back to the caveman days.
Well,
because the progression and the march of human civilization is based on everything I just talked about. That's how we learn.
No.
That's how we grow, right? If it is that we had to depend on a report for our understanding of everything in the universe, we would still be reading, watching the paintings on the walls in caves, right?
Point taken. I want to ask you something though. You said 31% decline in the energy sector as it relates to GDP, right? So if there has been a 31% decline, why is the government saying that Paria and Heritage are making huge profits?
Well, Paria, see, GDP is different from revenue and profit and so on, right?
Okay.
GDP is the value of all the goods and services produced in the country.
Okay.
Paria and Heritage are just one aspect of the energy sector, right? But and that's why I said there's a lot to unpack, because these diversions about the ranking and so on is one issue to discuss. But I'll give another one, right? And again, right? So the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago 2 nights ago in San Fernando said that, and I'm very careful, and one thing everybody knows about me, when it comes to data, I am very careful, right? As a minister, I never put out a statistic that was challenged. I used to double check every number and polish every number that I was given by public servants, corroborate every number. If a public servant gave me a number, I would triangulate, I would double check to the country to be accurate and precise, right? So the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, and again, they will ask for a report, right? So this reporting, everybody, you see, that is the Google search mentality, right? A lot of doctors frown on that, right? You go in front of a doctor and the doctor tell you have a problem, you go back home and run up on Google. He has 10 years, 5 years MBBS, 3.5 years for FRCS, and you went on Google in 5 minutes. And this is what is going on in this country with the Google searchers, you know, right? We're a republic of Google searchers. The Prime Minister, so let me give you another point about how misinformation is running wild in this country, right? The Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Stuart Young, in San Fernando a few nights ago, said that from 2010 to 2015, his favorite period in human history, right? He was obsessed with 2010 to 2015. Petrotrin's production collapsed. So I listened to this, my friend, and I drink in my coffee, and I nearly spit out my coffee, right? Because I am sure, as a minister for the vast majority of that period, that is wrong. So I went and I downloaded. You see, I went like a Google searcher. I went and I downloaded the Consolidated Energy Bulletin of the Ministry of Energy for the year 2010. And I concluded that Petrotrin's production in 2010 was 42,397 barrels of oil per day, right? Then I downloaded the Ministry of Energy Consolidated Energy Bulletin for the year 2015. And I concluded that Petrotrin's production was 42,855. So it went from 42,397 to 42,855. Now, the Google searchers, in the Republic of Google searchers, will say they went and they look at that report, boy, and Ramnarayan lie. Ramnarayan lie. He's making this up. We didn't see them numbers in that report.
Right.
But again, you see, this is where some analysis is required, and you have to go beyond just clicking Google and doing a search.
Right.
You have to add 5 numbers together in that report, right? In the oil production part of that number to get to the Petrotrin number. So you have to add the Trinma number, the Petrotrin land number, the Petrotrin farm out number, the Petrotrin lease operator number, and the Petrotrin IPSC number, because they will say a lie, right? Because they didn't see this number. They went on Google and they will do a TikTok video and they will do a Facebook post and they will say a lie. So I just want to say, Petrotrin's production, the Prime Minister is wrong. The Prime Minister needs to go back and check the person who is giving him this research.
Right.
They are misleading the Prime Minister. And I hope it's not somebody in the Ministry of Energy, because the Ministry of Energy, the last time I was there, had very fine public servants. So the fact of the matter is that Petrotrin's production did not collapse. In fact, it went up slightly, which in itself, I want to tell you, is a remarkable achievement for Trinidad and Tobago, because oil producing reservoirs in a mature province like Trinidad and Tobago decline at a rate of, I was trying to get the rate last night. Let me just see if the person sent me the rate. I don't want to, I like to be accurate. So I have my...
And another thing you can address at the same time, I heard the Prime Minister
Right, so
say...
oil production in Trinidad, my friend, naturally declines if you do nothing. If you just leave our oil well right there and just do nothing for it, every year it will decline by about 5%.
Okay.
Right? So the fact that we held the production flat and it went up slightly is indicative of the fact that Petrotrin from 2010 to 2015 was investing, was drilling, was being very active, and was replacing production that was coming out of the ground with new production. So, and you see, there are many inaccuracies coming out. There's another inaccuracy I heard at the Mount Lambert meeting that a certain individual, let me be precise, a certain individual who spoke in the meeting in La Jolla a few nights before said something, and that individual shouldn't say that, because he didn't negotiate more than one contract. First and foremost, the Minister of Energy should not be negotiating any contract in Trinidad and Tobago with any multinational or any private entity. They are public servants and they are vice presidents at NGC and so on. And this affinity of the current government to personally negotiate is something which is very worrying.
Okay.
The Minister of Energy, of course, could keep an eye on the process, could speak to the permanent secretary, find out what's going on, and so on. He ought not to be totally removed from the process, but he should not be in the direct front line of negotiations, right? But having said that, so I hear that a certain individual couldn't negotiate more than one contract. So you see, the impression which is trying to be given by the PNM is that we in the UNC are incapable, intellectually incapable, backward people and we can't govern the country. We can't run the energy sector, right? And I had to be careful how I say this because there are AI videos going around now. Somebody will take that and they will edit it, right? I mean, anyhow, so that's the impression that they're trying to give, right? But what are the facts? The facts are that I signed, right, with the support of my cabinet colleagues and the then Prime Minister, I signed 17 production sharing contracts, 17, and an exploration license, in total 17, right? Which I was told by a retired public servant that was a record for any single minister in that Ministry of Energy.
Okay.
Under our watch, we licensed 1.5 million hectares of acreage, right? Which is about 3 times the size of Trinidad and Tobago. So again, the Google searchers will say, oh gosh, how we could do that? That possible? How we could license 3 times the landmass of Trinidad and Tobago? Well, we have to consider the exclusive economic zone, the sea and so on too, right? So NGC in that period signed 6 natural gas sales contracts. And where did we get that information from? Freedom of information. We wrote to the NGC. When I say we, the Fishermen and Friends of the Sea wrote to the NGC,
right.
And the NGC replied saying on the 4th of March or the 6th of March, I don't have the exact date, it's sometime in March 2024.
Right.
Because again, I like to be precise. They gave us that information. So far from that is 17 plus 6 is 23. 23 is greater than 1 the last time I checked. So why do we have all this information, misinformation, moving around the political platform, right? I mean, we come now to the issue of Petrotrin's losses, right? So I listen again to the Prime Minister, right? And I want to be kind, right? Because I was taught to be polite, right? And civilized. I listening and I hear that the losses in Petrotrin started around 2013, but that is actually accurate, right? But there is a context. Petrotrin didn't drop from the sky on the 24th of May, 2010. There was a Petrotrin didn't drop from the sky on that day. There was a Petrotrin before May 2010.
Right.
And the balance sheet of Petrotrin didn't drop from the sky in May 2010 with all the debt on the balance sheet, with all the debt on the balance sheet.
Would that have been in Malcolm Jones' board on the Gas to Liquid project?
So the previous leadership of Petrotrin prior, and this is where, the previous leadership incurred significant debt,
right,
to the tune of 1.7 billion US dollars for projects which one totally failed, which was the GTL project, and the other one was completely off rails, which was the gasoline optimization project. And you see, and again, there is somebody might say, oh gosh, I didn't find the report saying that. They might go and search Google in the next 5 minutes, right?
Right.
And again, they come back to the problem that the medical fraternity faces in Trinidad with patients who are doing Google searches and challenging doctors with decades of experience and qualification. What happened in Petrotrin is that there was this project called the Gasoline Optimization Program, GOP. Well, the GTL died, right? We had to finish, we as in the People's Partnership Government had to complete the GOP, and we did. And it's all on the Hansard. We had to go in there and fire the contractors and so on. The board led by Lindsay Gillette had to go in and fire the contractors. I put it on Hansard about 2 or 3 times, I think. And what happens, Stephen, I'll say this very carefully. When a plant is moving from construction to operation, right? From an accounting point of view, a couple things happen. The debt related to that plant begins to be, the interest related to the debt begins to be expense on the profit and loss statement. So as the plant starts up production, the plant has an associated revenue, right? And revenue is a creature of the profit and loss statement.
Right.
So the interest associated with the debt, the money you borrow to build that plant, the interest has to be what the accountants call expense. So that big interest payment now started to appear on the profit and loss statement.
Right.
Right? As the plants, and there were 5 plants in the GOP, as each plant started operation, the interest started to increase on the profit and loss statement, right?
Okay.
We didn't borrow the money for those plants. That money was borrowed before we came into government. That is why I say you cannot make an assessment of Petrotrin by assuming the company fell from the sky in May 2010, right? The second thing which happens, Stephen, is that when you drive a new car out of a showroom, we all know what happens. In fact, the sales reps in the showrooms in Port of Spain, they show you something called the line of depreciation. As you drive onto the pavement, as you drive out of the showroom onto the pavement, onto the road, your car depreciates. Right? It is the same thing with plants. As you start a plant, a brand new Petrotrin, as it did in 2013 and 2014 and 2015, depreciation is now has to be expensed. So not only did you have the interest coming on the profit and loss statement, significant interest, you had the depreciation coming on the profit and loss statement as expenses. And that is why Petrotrin started to show losses. Those were what we call, people call it accounting losses. They were not losses associated with the operations of the company or the free cash flow of the company. They were losses associated with the starting up of those new plants. And the third factor is we had a collapse in the oil price from 2014 to 2016. Big collapse in the oil price.
Right.
And Petrotrin was carrying, you see those tanks you see from the highway?
Yes.
Those tanks, a lot of those tanks carry fuel, they carry inventory of crude oil and so on. So when the price, if you have a barrel of diesel in your house, right?
Yeah.
That barrel of diesel, let's say that's worth whatever that is worth. Let's say assume it's worth $1,000 or something like that, right?
Okay.
You have a barrel of diesel, you have a can of diesel in your house. And the price of diesel collapses on the world market. Is it still worth what you thought it was worth?
No.
Right. Same thing happened to Petrotrin between 2014 and 2016.
Right.
Again, somebody might go and look for a report, right? And say Ramnarayan making this up, right? So when the price of oil fell, the value of all the products in those tanks you see off the highway, they also fell. And when you have a decline in value, it's reflected as, a loss on your profit and loss statement.
Yeah.
So these things were happening with Petrotrin. And there's a fourth thing, because there's a former Petrotrin senior employee who I know is listening, and I will be told I missed out this. There's a fourth thing, which is a one-off, what they call a one-off impairment, where a lot of one-off impairment. So the headquarters you see on the highway, the abandoned headquarters, was impaired, meaning again, we had to take a hit on the profit and loss statement. So the losses that Petrotrin were reflecting between 2013, I think it was, and towards the end of the company, are really reflective of the accounting treatment, a lot of accounting treatment. And the company was generating cash sufficient to cover its operational expenses, to cover salaries, to buy goods and services and so on. So the Petrotrin continues, I think 7 years now after its closure, to be an issue, right? And why is it an issue? How much more time we have?
We have about 2 minutes.
Why is it an issue 7 years? I will tell you, Petrotrin will be an issue for this country 7 years from now. Petrotrin will be an issue for this country for a very long time, because deep in the heart and the minds of many people, that decision to close that refinery was the wrong decision.
Okay.
And in addition, when I say we spent, the former government and the government before it, the Manning administration, and we finished the GOP. That GOP cost this country about $1.7 billion to build new plants in the Pointe-à-Pierre refinery and to upgrade existing plants and so on, because it was a refinery upgrade.
Right.
That money is now lost. That money, and the Prime Minister needs to say, did the government factor in the depreciation of that refinery in Pointe-à-Pierre in its economic analysis? I don't think they did. Okay. Because every year that you drive past that refinery, and we all go south and drive up and down the highway, and you watch that refinery, it is depreciating, right? Wow. So a time may come, and I don't know what this company called Owando's plans are. I don't know too much about them, but
company, yeah.
I hear a promise being made in San Fernando that former Petrotrin workers will get jobs and so on when the refinery reopens and so on. Well, it's election time. And I mean, Petrotrin has been closed 7 years now, right? And all of a sudden, people in San Fernando are being told and tell you, let me close up by saying the closure of the refinery has devastated the economy of South Trinidad, in particular San Fernando and surrounding communities, Marabella, Vistabella, Gasperlo, and so on. So there's a lot to unpack with regard to the energy sector and the economy, right? And the two, as I said, the two are interrelated. And so we have 2.5 weeks again to election, and today's nomination day. Congratulations to all those who are stepping forward to enter into the electoral process. And democracy is a wonderful thing. Trinidad is fortunate to be a free society with a democratic process and so on, and people are free to speak.
Yeah.
But freedom comes with responsibility. I want to say that to all the Google searchers out there. Freedom comes with responsibility.
Correct. All right. Well, Kevin, we out of time, but I want to thank you for your time this morning and all the information.
Well, I hope that cleared thing up, and I didn't pluck this from the air, right?
Yeah. I think that was needed for people to have a better understanding of how we arrived at that, and I guess we're going to have some conversations in the coming weeks as well.
We will have more opportunities to speak in the next couple of weeks, because, as I said, the energy sector seems to be very topical on the PNM platform, and a lot of what is being said has to be responded to, because if you don't, it begins to, it begins to become accepted. And I just gave you the example with the Petrotrin numbers, how glaring that is. Right. There was no collapse in the production at Petrotrin between 2010 and 2015, and to say that is really to insult the people who work Petrotrin, not me. Not me, because I was one man in the Ministry of Energy in Port of Spain, right? Doing my best, working 18 hours a day. And here I am 10 years later, Stephen. People still talking about me.
Right.
I am not a candidate in this election, right? I have not been in Parliament since 2015, but I am topic of discussion. And because the energy sector, I suppose, is topic of discussion, right?
All right. Well, Kevin, thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, that's Kevin Ramnarine, former Energy Minister, on the inside there. And we got to take a break. I see Chef taking out my breakfast. I'm very excited about that. But when we come back, we're going to open the phone line, take some calls. Remember, in the first hour, we did take some calls as it relates to this payout to the divers. You just heard a lot from Kevin Ramnarine there as it relates to the energy sector and how he arrived using the data provided by the IMF of Trinidad and Tobago being the 7th worst performing economy in the world. It didn't just fall from the sky. You cannot Google search it. Not everything is a Google search. I was saying that on social media. You have people who Google search and then you have people who research. So it's had two kinds of search. And not everything could be Google search. You have to analyze data in order to come to a conclusion sometimes. And if you do not understand the data that you have to analyze, then you're going to put yourself in an embarrassing situation. But stay tuned. We'll be back after this.
The following is a paid political advertisement.
Businesses win with lower taxes. Families win with no property taxes. You will win with dialysis clinics. Families will win when we give them legal firearms to defend their home. And the senior citizens will win of having doctors visit senior citizens in their homes. Our children will win with laptops, textbooks, expanded gate, and scholarships.
When UNC wins, everybody wins.
That was a paid political advertisement.
The best buys and best savings just got even better at JTA Supermarkets. Eve Premium Chunk Tuna and Vegetable Oil and Water, 4.9 ounces, 3 for $19.99. Fruit or juice drink, 1 liter, 2 for $19.99. Eve Sweetened Condensed Filled Milk, 385 grams, 3 for $24.99. Brunswick Mackerel, 425 grams, 2 for $19.99. Swiss Tomato Ketchup Spouch, 750 ml, 2 for $19.99. Brunswick Sardines and Soya Oil, 106 grams, 2 for $19.99. Swiss Macaroni, 400 grams, 3 for $19.99. Cara Coconut Milk Powder, 50 grams, 4 for $19.99. Flavorite Ice Cream, 3.2 liters, 2 for $99.99. Carlton's Choice Bathroom Tissue 12-pack, $19.99. Plus many more items, specials valid until April 6, 2025. JTA Supermarkets, where your total bill always costs less.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
Do you need tires? My name is Dale Ali from Anand Low Price Industrial Tires. We are located at South Haven Mall in DB. Feel free to visit our showroom. We here at Anand Low Price Industrial Tires are proud to bring Step Rising, Gremax, and Duron to the Caribbean market. Step Rising and Gremax are our truck line of tires. Duron, our luxury sedans and SUV. All our tires have ISO, Sonicap, SIN, and Euro Highway certification. Come on down to Anand Low Price Industrial Tires at South Haven Mall in DB, where we carry a large stock and a wide variety of all the different sizes. Feel free to contact us at 292-0434 or 366-4783.
Are you stressed and worried by problems? Then meet Priest Santosh Ji. Priest is specialized in palm, face, photo, date of birth reading, and gives solutions to problems in marriage, relationship, love, business, job, health, and removes all black magic, negativity, bad luck permanently, and gives good luck and lifelong protection. Then call Priest Santosh Ji 384-3844. That's 384-3844.
Retalk Financing is offering you 5% on a fixed deposit for 5 years and over with upfront interest. Contact our central office at 238-6716 or our San Fernando office at 242-9944. You don't want to miss this great opportunity. Invest today and watch your investment work for you.
The St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival 2025 on May 6th. Pure Jazz featuring Mateo Mancuso. On May 8th, Grammy-nominated Jasmine Horn.
I remember you.
On May 7th, Kingdom Night, Maverick City Music. Gospel powerhouse Tasha Cobbs Leonard. On May 9th, Beanie Man and Bounty Killer unite. Young Brother, Patrice Roberts, Ricky T, The Story. On May 10th, the world unite for World Beats. Nigeria's Ruga.
She said she know me got a girlfriend and
Joe Duet Feely. Summer Walker. The ultimate celebration on May 11th. Ronald Boo Hinkson. John Legend's soulful voice. Dance under the stars to Earth, Wind and Fire's hits. Purchase tickets at stluciajazzandartsfestival.com.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Whether we are on the road or we in a fence, we sure to mash it up. Cause we bring the energy, that's who we be. We party till we jump. Hey!
CPR Productions presents 7-Year Itch, a brand new comedy written and directed by Penelope Spencer.
Final 2 shows, Cipriani College, Saturday 5th, 8:30 p.m. and Sunday 6th of April.
7-Year Itch stars Cecilia, Penny, Rhodey, Curd, Saran, and Siobhan. A comedy about love.
Tickets available, Doman Shoe Store, Long Circular Mall, Beachology, Mukarapa Road,
Anthony's Florals, Valpak Shopping Plaza, Electronics Arima, K-Squared Stores, West Mall, Eastgate, Brentwood Mall, Chagonas, C3 Center Mall, San Fernando,
Cipriani Labor College box office.
Island e-tickets. For info, call 683-4843.
7-Year Itch, a must-see comedy.
Consult Vedic astrologer Tulasi Prasad, who offers profound insights into an individual's life path and astrology journey in Trinidad and Tobago. Master can guide you with astrology and horoscope readings, love spell casting, family disputes, marriage problems, health problems, job and business problems. Master also is experienced in effective black magic removal remedies, negative energy removal remedies, reuniting loved ones, and many more. To get Master's guidance, call us now.
At +1 868 398 7547, located in Trinidad and Tobago.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Why don't we just run away, run away, run away to St. Vincent and the Grenadines via AIA for a holiday? Pack the things, let's go. Come with me right away, right away.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
The Cabinet has today confirmed what I asked them last week, collectively and unanimously, that the government of Trinidad and Tobago is going to make an ex gratia payment, which means without any admission of liability, but recognizing the difficulty and the trauma and the tragic circumstances of these divers. And we're going to make ex gratia payments of $1 million to each of the families of the deceased divers and to Mr. Boudram in an ex gratia manner without any admission of liability. So at least the families would be able to get some measure. There is no compensation. There is no financial compensation that can compensate for the loss of life in those circumstances. You would recall we had a commission of inquiry. There was full participation by the government. We made sure that all of the facts were put there. There was a report. And the government has remained engaged. But ultimately, I can't force the insurers. I can't force the lawyers to do something that we all knew as citizens of Trinidad and Tobago we would have liked to have been done a long time ago, which is to assist the families financially. It will never be enough to compensate them for the pain and the tragic circumstances. So the cabinet has confirmed today that we, the government, will make those payments of $1 million to each of the families of the divers who lost their lives, as well as to Mr. Boodram, in an ex gratia manner with no admission as to liability.
Families have been informed first before you made this announcement?
No, I've literally just come out of the cabinet room and I thought I wanted to put this out there.
Should they have been informed? Should the families have been informed?
That too is a speculative. That too is, should this have happened, should that have happened? This is how it has happened. There was no way leaving the cabinet to come directly to post cabinet, which is what I did. They could have been informed.
It seems as if you were therefore making that decision to announce it in post cabinet. Wouldn't the proper process be to contact the families first?
Akash, I don't know what is the proper process according in your mind and how you see it. I understand how you would like to see it. I understand how you may want to spin it. These are the facts. This is what has happened.
Families have been informed.
All right. So as we get things kicked off inside the second hour, before I get to any ad-libs, I want to go back to the phone line because we kind of pressed for time and I want to get interactive with the people. 23 minutes past the hour, 7 o'clock. Chef, the breakfast was wonderful. We will show you what we ate this morning. Morning. Hello, good morning. Yeah, morning.
Hello?
Yeah, morning.
I tell chef to bring my breakfast when he coming down south to check me today. But here it is. One of your callers said sometime last week you must know when Stuart Young line and
we getting a playback. Right, go ahead.
I say, right. You must know when Stuart, one of your callers said last week that you must know when Stuart Young line, it is blink plenty. You see the amount of time he blinked by answering all them questions? Later.
I wasn't paying attention. I really wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention to the blinking. I was, oh God. Hey, morning, Lord Father, I tell you. Morning.
Morning, Stefan. I just this second tuned in and I heard that video. And I am asking myself, he said last week, last week he put it to them. So since 2022 this thing happened, but you put it to them last week. So nobody was studying how they were living for the last going in 3 years.
Okay.
Nobody asked that question. The other thing, he don't know about protocol. You're the prime minister of this country. What witness we really have running this place? You don't know about protocol. If somebody get knocked down, the first thing you do, you don't put it on TV and 7 o'clock news. You inform the family. You know.
Point taken.
Anyway, you know the worst part about this whole thing? The worst part, and maybe he doesn't know, but I always think about it, was those men watched one another die, in case you all didn't know. They watched one another die in that pipeline. That alone, you can't come out of that, you know. You think Christopher Boodram would ever come out from that, what he witnessed and went through over the years?
No.
I am surprised Christopher Boodram is not a madman running all over the place.
Wow.
Where is the counseling? What is going on with the families? Did the families get counseling? Did somebody counsel the children of those men? Did anything like that happen?
No,
he come in there to talk about last week. He tell them to give them $1 million. Where's $1 million in today? I mean, after what these people went through. Anyway, look, I don't even want to hear Stuart Young right now, you know. All of them had to just get out of this place. Okay, bye. I gone.
You know, that's an interesting point that the caller just made. I never studied it like that, you know. Each man would have died at a different time. They would not all die together. So, you know it is you having a conversation inside that little pipeline there. And then one man gone, and you ain't hearing from him again. Jesus Christ. Morning.
Stefan.
Yeah, man.
But mine ready for only Mr. who said to watch and see the eyes blinking. I was watching him yesterday. I watched the press conference yesterday. And the Prime Minister said he was working on this or thinking about this since last year. Right? And he reached out every week to the lawyers and the companies right, to see where we reach and how we're going.
Right.
And he took the initiative, and he did this, and he did that. So he's superhero Stewart now. That's what he is. He better than the former PM. Because I find the article this morning, we can't pay out, we can't pay willy-nilly.
That's what,
former Prime
correct,
Minister
that's
said.
what the former
I
Prime
find the
Minister
article
said.
and
You
I
can't
read it.
just, he said you cannot just make a payment like that willy-nilly. It don't work so.
As you say,
that's what he
as
said.
You say, everything you're right. That is why the families is before the court with the companies right now.
Right.
But I want to find out from you this morning. The lawyers representing these families, have they accepted this ex gratia payment or not? Had they put out any? I saw you read an article in the news.
Yeah. They said attorneys representing families of the 4 drowning victims, as well as the lone survivor of the Paria diving tragedy, have welcomed government's announcement of a $1 million ex gratia payment to each family and the survivor. However, both head of Freedom Law Chambers, Anand Ram Logan, SC, and attorney Prakash Ramada criticized this as a belated announcement coming mere weeks before a general election. And then the story continues on page 10. It's in the news there this morning.
But they accepted the money, or they decided to accept the money or not?
Well, they should accept the money. I would accept the money. I would say,
Because
listen, take that money.
Mr. Prakash Amada had asked for $5 million ex gratia for each person. He said that earlier this year.
Oh, he had asked for $5 million ex gratia.
Yeah, I sent the article to you this morning, but
I think the Prime Minister said yesterday that any judgment in the court, any compensation given in the court, that it would be offset by this $1 million. So
I understand. Yeah, but I'll leave it now. But when the Prime Minister speak yesterday, he speak as if what he did was to try and get this to where it is, and he did everything. He pushed it forward, so he's the superhero now. He's the savior.
Okay.
Yeah, but remember, God working through he. God working through he. I go on.
Oh, Lord. Ole killing me here, though. Ole killing me here, boy. I ain't lying. Ole killing me here. They killing me here, though. Yeah. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Stefan. They go central here.
You the man that talk about the blinking?
Yes.
Oh, God, Lord.
And you
yeah,
know,
people looking to see when the man blinking now. Oh, God.
No, and you and I both know, I know that gentleman more than 30 years of my life. So you know what I'm telling you is absolute truth. Right? I want to make 2 quick points this morning.
Sure.
The first thing, according to your last caller, check under Stuart Young jacket and see if he have the B from Batman belly and the S on Superman chest on the chest, because he feel he's Barrington Levy or something. You understand? Because this thing they call politics. Poly in the Latin word meaning many, and ticks meaning blood-sucking parasites. So meaning many blood-sucking parasites. Stuart Young should be ashamed. You come out of a meeting or they make a decision, the first thing out of courtesy you should do is call our family.
Yeah.
And let them know, because you don't know whether they're going to refuse or say, listen, we don't want no part of that, or yes, we will accept. You have the time. You could make that decision before you even come. How much time there are people waiting in press conference?
Well, it stands to reason. It stands to reason, right, caller?
Yeah.
Yes. In accordance with what the last caller said in listening to the press conference, he said that he has been in contact with the lawyers and the family, or the lawyers for the family, asking how things going and this, that, and the other. Now, it would stand to reason that if you have been in contact with them on a regular basis, that before you even went into that cabinet meeting, you should have contacted them and say, listen, we may have a decision on an ex gratia payment at cabinet today. I will inform you after the meeting. Wouldn't that stand to reason? Is that, or is that a far-fetched?
I agree with you. And sometimes when you're listening to the facts, when these politicians are talking, it is actually getting truth in between the lies.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But Stuart Young should have made that payment months after these fellas and them had passed away. Because, you remember...
But I wouldn't say Stuart Young, I would say the former Prime Minister.
Yeah, well, you have 6 million ways to die according to Cutty Ranks. There's one way you would not choose to die is the way them fellas died.
Yeah, boy.
And I could only imagine how those families 3 years after the fact, you don't know whether they lose their house, whether they lose their personal possessions, how long after or they now coming to throw them a lifeline. They still have legal fees to pay. Come on, man.
Yeah.
This is nothing but an election gimmick weeks before election. And I'm very sorry, it's going to make it even worse for them at the polls.
I think so too. I think so too. Yep, thanks a lot. Okay, I got to go to a break. I think it's going to damage them severely. But I heard the announcement, I said, well, they're really looking to lose this election. Because that is, the timing. Timing is everything. And I don't think this was the right timing. Honestly. It will be perceived as nothing more than an election gimmick. And it's going to anger a lot of people. And the way it's been executed, I think it is it more coming across as an election gimmick. And I mean, you can't use a tragedy like that to try and get votes. You know, and I mean, we want the family to get money. Everybody would like the family to get compensated, but the way that you do things are very important, and the timing in which you do it is extremely important. And this is a bad timing and a bad way to do it. And it is only going to damage him. Yeah. We take a break. Oh, before we go to the break, fellas. Yes, all you know, that's 6 minutes, boy. That 6 minutes kill me there. But all right, nevertheless. Eid Nights. So Eid Nights Clinic, one of the most state-of-the-art, one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. They offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, halotherapy, limb bagging, nutritional programs, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. And they do offer consultation services. Chef, you need a little oxygen bath? All right, man. Nice, man. They also offer consultation services in live blood analysis, diabetes, child counseling, supplements, arthritis, sport injuries, heart disease, and much more. So get in contact with them today. They have 3 locations, Trinity, Chaguanas, and Tobago. And you could give them a call on 640-8985 or 613-7571. You can also WhatsApp them on 493-9196. It's eidnightsdistributors@gmail.com. That is the email. Check them out. And finally, St. Lucia. Yeah, I think this is the last one. No, we have Open Mind still. So this year's festival is definitely on, St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival. And the festival promises to be bigger and better than ever before, blending world-class jazz with the rich cultural heritage of St. Lucia. You can expect a fusion of music, dance, and visual arts that will captivate your senses and leave you in awe. Where the crowd goes so? Oh, that's right. The festival will be highlighting the vibrant art scene with exhibitions, performances, and cultural showcases throughout the island. And this year, the arts component is truly unique. We'll see an incredible collaboration between local and global talents, bringing St. Lucia's creative spirit to life in stunning new ways. And just to let you know, the action starts, the kickoff is the 30th of April. All right, and then that's opening night, and then you have Pure Jazz Kingdom Night. You have another Pure Jazz Night. You have the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, the 10th, and the 11th. All right? And that is how the festival runs. So get your tickets early. You can visit St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival.com. We take a break. When we return, Chef was featured. And we're going to run that. Stay tuned.
The following is a paid political advertisement.
I retired in 2002. When I retired, my pension was $1,000 from NIS. When Mr. Bissessa came into power in 2010, my pension rose to $3,000. Now I'm hearing PNM say, if you have money saved, they could take away your pension. I can't wait to vote UNC again. When UNC wins, senior citizens like myself win.
That was a paid political advertisement.
The countdown has started to the grand 3-car raffle presented by Presentation College San Fernando. Drawing Easter Monday, April 21st. The draw takes place at the school. Get your tickets now from islandetickets.com. Teachers, pupils, parents, alumni members. Also, JTA Supermarkets nationwide. Christina Shoes nationwide. Bellini Drugs, 519C3 Mall. Ramsing Sports, Cuba and Chaguanas. Sona Jewelers, Chaguanas and Pinal. All Extra Foods. All Cost Cutter Supermarkets. All Police Credit Union branches. In Accessorima and Port of Spain. Disco Mart Tunapuna. Jumbo Foods Barataria. All Kenny Sports Stores. Crosby St. James. Simon's Musical. Board Street. Cinnamon Drug Sangre Grande. Mart's Wicker Palace Diego Martin Main Road.
Deadline for ticket purchase is Wednesday, 16th April. For more info, call 752-9758 or 652-2311.
All funds in aid of school upgrade. Presentation College San Fernando's brand new 3-car raffle.
The best buys and best savings just got even better at JTA Supermarkets. Eve Premium Chunk Tuna and Vegetable Oil and Water, 4.9 ounces, 3 for $19.99. Fruit or juice drink, 1 liter, 2 for $19.99. Eve Sweetened Condensed Filled Milk, 385 grams, 3 for $24.99. Brunswick Mackerel, 425 grams, 2 for $19.99. Swiss Tomato Ketchup Spouch, 750 ml, 2 for $19.99. Brunswick Sardines and Soya Oil, 106 grams, 2 for $19.99. Swiss Macaroni, 400 grams, 3 for $19.99. Cara Coconut Milk Powder, 50 grams, 4 for $19.99. Flavorite Ice Cream, 3.2 liters, 2 for $99.99. Carlton's Choice Bathroom Tissue 12-pack, $19.99. Plus many more items, specials valid until April 6, 2025. JTA Supermarkets, where your total bill always costs less.
Cars, sports, careers, food. We men always talk about these things, but not about our health. Did you know that testosterone is responsible for muscle mass, strength, deep voice, healthy hair growth, and the sex drive? With low testosterone, we may not achieve our potential. The good news is that Jameson Power for Men is an excellent testosterone support. Take Jameson Power for Men and perform to your max. Jameson, here for your health.
Looking for unbeatable prices on building material? Well, look no further than Anna Low Price, where saving meets quality. Get half and half gravel for $2,800, 5 bags of cement free, and a pizza. Get red plaster instant for only $1,800 with a free pizza. Don't miss out on our BRC and cement special, Premium Plus, $63 per bag and $22.05 per pallet. Don't miss out on our incredible block. Price Hardware, we have got everything you need to build your dreams for less. So visit us today and save big.
Coloring your hair is now easy with Bigen Easy Color for Men. Bigen's advanced cream formula prevents stains and drips, and it gets rid of the gray in 10 minutes. Bigen Easy Color for Men, for a natural color at no gray.
The St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival 2025 on May 6th. Pure Jazz featuring Mateo Mancuso. On May 8th, Grammy-nominated Jasmine Hahn. I remember you. On May 7th, Kingdom Night, Maverick City Music. Gospel powerhouse Tasha Cobbs Leonard. On May 9th, Beanie Man and Bounty Killer unite. Young Brother, Patrice Roberts, Ricky T, The Story. On May 10th, the world unite for World Beats. Nigeria's Ruga. She know me got a girlfriend. Joe Duet Feely. Summer Walker. The ultimate celebration on May 11th. Ronald Boo Hinkson. John Legend's soulful voice. Dance under the stars to Earth, Wind and Fire's hits. Purchase tickets at stluciajazzandartsfestival.com.
Stop waiting for the perfect time. It's now. At Health and Fitness Gyms, we don't just change bodies, we change lives.
brought me back to life. Good man, brought me back to life.
Every rep, every drop of sweat brings you closer to your strongest and healthiest self. No excuses, no limits, just results.
I woke alive and no change in my mind, no it had to be God. Yeah, you let your boy and I'm having a hard time. Cause I gotta speak it, no covering.
Join us today and take control of your future. Health and Fitness Gyms, where transformation begins.
Real Talk Financing is offering you 5% on a fixed deposit for 5 years and over with upfront interest. Contact our central office at 238-6716 or our San Fernando office at 242-9944. You don't want to miss this great opportunity. Invest today and watch your investment work for you.
Adventure lives here, where nature inspires every step.
Set sail and explore the wonders of our islands.
Feel the rhythm of our festivals.
Joyful, vibrant, and unforgettable.
Whether you seek adventure
or tranquility, St. Vincent and the Grenadines has it all.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
Forget about bucket lists. We want to know what's on your best life list. Vacation, education, renovation, celebration. Live your best life with Island Finance. Visit a branch near you or islandfinancetrinidad.com and live your best life now.
You can depend on Island Finance.
Subject to credit approval and documents verification.
Introducing Open Minds primary school lessons 100% online. Get quality education from the comfort of your home. Affordable, expert-led online tuition to help your child succeed. Register today. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or visit www.openminds.education.
Healthy hair starts with Shamir. Restore starved, damaged, dropping hair with Shamir herbal hair products. Formulated scientifically with aloe, ratchet, and panthenol for growth and nourishment. Shamir.
The following is a paid political advertisement.
When UNC wins, your mental health wins as well. There has been a proliferation of noise pollution emanating from homes and fetes and bars and clubs intolerable to the persons living nearby. The UNC will amend the noise pollution laws to protect your mental health in these noisy residential neighborhoods and businesses. The system of granting bar license, party license will be changed by the UNC.
When UNC wins, everybody wins.
That was a paid political advertisement.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn. We are 7:47, Lord. We have immediately following the repeat of this program, the powerful word from the San Juan Revival Ministries, the Christian Union Church, Pastor Dave donation. You could take that in immediately following the repeat of this program. Chef was featured recently, and just before I get the chef feature, I want to big up my boy Gerard Small, otherwise known as Mr. X, and for those of you who have been watching this program for a long time now, he is one of the two dotish men. Mr. X was one of the two dotish men. He will be going up for a seat in the election.
All right.
I believe he was screened by the UNC. I think. Just now, eh? I will look for it here. Gerard Small. Is UNC by? Or PNM? No, it's not PNM. I didn't hear him on PNM slate. Let me see. There's somewhere, people. We come into this feature that was done for Chef. I just want to make sure here. Yeah, Gerard Small. Well, he's going up for St. Anne's East as a Congress of the People candidate. I want to big up Mr. X. We have worked on radio. We come a long way. I know the struggle, my brother. You know, message me, he say, oh God, give me a little time now, let me get on there. I said, oh, I might do a pong down the door here. You used to be part of this, you know what I mean? But we'll get to all of that. In the meantime, Chef was featured. Chef, who's the people that featured you?
On the Caribbean Passport TV.
Caribbean Passport TV?
Yes.
All right, lovely. So we're going to take in this feature, and then we'll come back chat for a little bit before we take the final break and we get to the birthdays. I have 11 birthdays. I asked in the Christian Union Church right now. All you have to give me at least 3 minutes, okay? All right, so take this feature in.
Its range of cuisine, and behind every well-executed dish is an expert chef with the ability to prepare meals to perfection while infusing his or her own brand of creativity. We're now about to meet one chef who's ensuring that his know-how and skills are being taken up by future generations of culinary masters.
Caribbean cuisine is world famous not only for its flavors, but also its diversity of influences, which are rooted throughout the globe. Its reputation has currently been enhanced by the practice of fusion, one of the names of the game when it comes to meal preparation nowadays, and one of the numerous exponents of fusion is Chef Shiraz Mohammed, who has earned his standing during his rise up the food industry chain. Starting off at Royal Castle, he continued to hone his skills in airline catering and subsequently international cuisine within the hotel and fine dining sectors. Mohammed eventually oversaw the food experiences at major events such as the 2007 ICC World Cup and the 2009 editions of the Summit of the Americas and the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting. Amidst all of this, he also launched the Chef Shiraz Catering Company Limited. As in any field, the importance of passing one's knowledge and skills to the next generation cannot be understated, and this is exactly what Mohammed has been doing since 2022 through the Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy in Chaguanas, Trinidad and Tobago.
About Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy, we are very, very hands-on. This course is a 12-week course, Saturdays and Sundays from 8:30 to 12:30, and the certificate is issued by CTS College, and we were very grateful and thankful to CTS College for recognizing what we do. We go into a diploma. The diploma will be either US or UK accredited as well. So today's a fantastic day. It's another stepping stone for Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy and all the students coming through for these various courses as well. You know, we tell everybody who come in here, is an investment to the future. We have a lot of job placements, we have internship, we have mentorship. If you have a business, we help you and advise you with your business. So whether you're looking for employment or to better or increase your business financially, professionally, service-wise, hospitality-wise, we are here at Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy.
The Academy has also maximized its potential and purpose by attracting students from both within and outside of its country of operation.
A lot of people come from all over the place, from south, east, west, north. We have people from the US, the UK. We have a young man coming from all the way Sweden, because what makes Chef's Culinary different is that we are very, very hands-on as well. And we want the people in the industry to benefit.
At the end of the course comes the fun part, when the students demonstrate their kitchen know-how for the benefit of a full dining room.
Today's a special day. For more courses as well, especially certificate in culinary arts, we have a final assessment where the students have to cook appetizers, main course, desserts as well too. We did this time, we make it a little more innovative. We did an international buffet, a lunch buffet. So what we did, we look at teamwork, how to come together with the menu. So we sat together with them and we build the menu, and then we incorporate all the ingredients. We show them how to structure the menu, and then today we show them how to execute the menu. So they did a full international buffet as well, where we invited a few guests, and each student had to bring at least 4 to 5 guests as well. We did soups, we did pumpkin based soup, we did the seafood chowder with seasoned croutons. We did lamb chops, we did Cajun salmon, we did grilled chicken, we did some Arabic rice. So you see, we do a diverse amount of flavors as well, right? We do roasted rice potatoes, we do ratatouille, we do sauteed vegetables, fresh salad or garden salad. We did desserts, chocolate mousse, we did parfait, we did panna cotta.
Thanks to the dedicated training of chefs like Shiraz Mohammed, we can all dine out while being confident that our meals are being prepared by those who are certified to deliver.
Need to visit. The Caribbean is known for its range of cuisine, and behind every well
By Caribbean passport?
Yeah, Caribbean
Chef,
passport.
when was that done?
That was done last year. It was done last year.
Right, but it hasn't aired yet.
That will air on Sunday.
On Sunday?
Yes, and then there is another feat here with Caribbean Medical TV as well too, where there's a more in-depth interview and conversation about Chef Shiraz and the Academy and other stuff as well too.
That's great, man. I'm glad to see that you're getting your features, that, you know what I mean, that there is an interest in what you're doing, because since they shut down the hotel school, you've really been one of the few people, if not one of the only people, that have kept that craft going, the culinary arts. So I want to congratulate you on that. And for those of you who feel, well, it's some small time thing, well, you see what it looking like, you see, wow, chef, I find Chris never gave an edit like that, boy. Chris just gave some real water down edits, boy. The people and them come and they give a nice edit like you cooking for them every morning. I mean, oh gosh, you know what I mean? But you could call chef, huh? I was right. Yeah, you could call chef on 372-4639. Like I said, he's got several courses. The baking and pastry starts tomorrow. He has the Creative International Cuisine, the Certificate in Culinary Arts, and the Cake Decorating that starts on the 26th of April. So you can get registered for that. But give him a call, 372-4639.
And we have some more stuff coming up again. We have some more stuff coming up. As I was mentioning just now, we are building another kitchen as well, a kitchen studio.
Right.
So coming up soon, we have one day masterclass in all different cuisines, from local, international, one day class. Like for instance, we have a one day steak class.
Okay, great, man.
We're going to have African cuisine. We have African chef standby. We have Italian one day. We have an Italian chef standby. So a lot of exciting things coming up at Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy. So sign up, guys. Sign up and invest in yourself.
All right. With that, we got to take our final break. When we come back, we'll wrap up.
The following is a paid political advertisement.
When UNC wins, retirees win, because we will work together to decrease taxes on your retirement benefits and private pensions. When UNC wins, retirees win. They worked hard their whole life and pay tax their whole life, and when you retire, you're still paying tax. We will work to reduce that tax on your pensions and your retirement benefits.
When UNC wins, everybody wins.
That was a paid political advertisement.
Are you stressed and worried by problems? Then meet Priest Santosh Ji. Priest is specialized in palm, face, photo, date of birth reading, and gives solutions to problems in marriage, relationship, love, business, job, health, and removes all black magic, negativity, bad luck permanently, and gives good luck and lifelong protection. Then call Priest Santosh Ji 384-3844. That's 384-3844.
Stop waiting for the
All right, people, so we got to wrap things up. We got a few birthdays to get to, and I am way behind time. So let's get to them very quickly. We would like to send out happy birthday wishes to Stephen Kisoon from his father. Hope he has a great day and many more wonderful years to come. And that's coming on from Sean. So Kisoon, Stephen Kisoon, well, this is, yeah, the email was sent by Sean Ramsaru. All right, so Stephen, have a good day, man, and happy birthday to you. Also, good morning, Stefan. Okay, the picture now come up. All right, good morning, Stefan. Just want to wish my little sister, Chantel, a happy belated birthday. Her birthday was on the 3rd, which was yesterday. Hope she had a wonderful day. Many wishes to you, baby sis. We love you. From your sisters, Lisa, Cindy, Keisha, Patrice, Pearl, and your brothers Jeremy, Kavon, and Kevin. All right, nice man. A big family boy. Easy. Also, happy 3rd birthday to baby boy Kenan. May God continue to richly bless you. Thanks for bringing so much joy to everyone around you. We love you beyond words and wish you many more years to come. So, Kenan, happy birthday, man. Kenan look like he camera friendly, man. Also, to a loving wife, mother, grandmother, and sister, happy birthday. And this is birthday greetings going out to Lystra Ali in Orlando, Florida. All right? So, happy birthday to you, Lystra. Easy. Let's go again. I like all these short, boy. Hi, can you wish Dianette Jones Hospitalis a happy birthday on, she will celebrate it tomorrow, Saturday, the 5th of April. This is coming from her husband and children. Happy birthday to you and enjoy your day, my darling. Nice. Oh God, I'm going again. Please extend birthday greetings to Brenda. She is one of your biggest fans. This greeting is coming from her daughter, Rima, and her son, Rishi, and her 4 beautiful grandchildren. Lovely, nice man. Happy birthday to you, Brenda. Easy, Brenda. Also, we got to say happy birthday going out to Lauren. And, that's now. Oh, the photo is from Lauren. And we got to say happy birthday to Maria. Maria is the one in the red and white stripes. All right. Happy birthday to you, dear. And enjoy it. Enjoy it. All you look like always real good partners. Eyeline. You had to have listen, you had to have one friend that you could go down with, you know. Yeah. In life, you know, yeah, boy. Also, birthday greetings going on to Haley Isabella Dionarine. Happy 18th birthday, Haley, from your parents, Rishi and Lauren, brother Zachary, sister Emily, grandma Brenda, Auntie Rima, and cousin Vasudev.
Vasudev.
Huh?
Vasudev.
Vasudev. Yeah. Vasudev. Hope you have an awesome day. And I just got a few more, 2 more, I believe it is. 3 more. Hi, good morning. I would like to send out birthday greetings to my mother, Maria Auguste, on her 79th birthday. She celebrates on April the 4th, letting her know that her children, Lisa, Lauren, and Leslie Ann, love her very much and thank God for every day with her. That Maria, I think, is the Maria in the red and white stripes. I think they sent it in 2 emails. Yeah. They sent the greeting in one and the picture in the other one. So the red and stripe, yeah, that's Maria. All right, so 2 more very quickly. Sending birthday greetings to firstborn grandchild Seth Ramai on the 5th of April. Seth, don't forget that we love you more than you ever know. So don't lose sight of the person that you are. Never give up on your dreams. And love you forever from your grandparents, Kishore and Monica, your parents, Richard and Lisa Ramai, and your only sister, Raquel Faith Ramai. Nice one. And finally, this is the last one, and then we wrap things up. Please extend 67 birthday greetings to Surjlal Jibo, all right, aka Bush, and Pancho. Greetings coming from Michael, Bones, and members of the Woodland Roving Retirees crew. Nice man, like yourself. And with that, we take our final break. Stay tuned, apparently.
The following is a paid political advertisement.
When UNC wins, your mental health wins as well. There has been a proliferation of noise pollution emanating from homes and fetes and bars and clubs intolerable to the persons living nearby. The UNC will amend the noise pollution laws to protect your mental health in these noisy residential neighborhoods and businesses. The system of granting bar license, party license will be changed by the UNC.
When UNC wins, everybody wins.
That was a paid political advertisement.
Stop waiting for the perfect time. It's now. At Health and Fitness Gyms, we don't just change bodies, we change lives.
Give me, brought me back to life. Give me, brought me back to life.
Every rep, every drop of sweat brings you closer to your strongest and healthiest self.
Give me, brought me back to life.
No excuses, no limits, just results.
I woke alive and no change in my mind, no it had to be God. Yeah, you let your boy and I'm having a hard time. Cause I gotta speak it, no covering.
Join us today and take control of your future. Health and Fitness Gyms, where transformation begins.
Lent is here, and the castle is making fasting easy and tasty. With a fresh catch, seasoned local style, and cooked to golden perfection. Try the fish meal, the fish combo, the fish sandwich combo. Want more fish? Well, the royal fish meal is for you. Or maybe you just want our famous fish sandwich. The delicious Lenten specials are hot and waiting for you at your nearest royal castle.
Do you need tires? My name is Dale Ali from Anand Low Price Industrial Tires. We are located at South Haven Mall in Debe. Feel free to visit our showroom. We here at Anand Low Price Industrial Tires are proud to bring Step Rising, Gremax and Duron to the Caribbean market. Step Rising and Gremax are our truck line of tires. Duron, our luxury sedans and SUV. All our tires have ISO, Sonicap, SIN, and Euro Highway certification. Come on down to Anand Low Price Industrial Tires at South Haven Mall in Debe, where we carry a large stock and a wide variety of all the different sizes. Feel free to contact us at 292-0434 or 366-4783.
Ready to unlock your potential? Welcome to Open Minds Education from preschool to high school. We bring expert tutoring right to your home 100%, with a stunning 450% growth in enrollment. We're transforming education with real results. At Open Minds, it's more than grades, we're building future leaders with academic and life skills. Don't wait. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or register now at www.openminds.education.
All right, people, so it is Friday. We got to wrap things up for today, put it away. I got to thank Chef Shiraz for coming through and getting my belly bigger. Every time I get it down, he sends it back up. All right? Nice, man. But, you know what I mean? Don't forget to check out the Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy. Do not forget to get registered for Run Stefan Run, Sunday, May 25th. You could register online right now at trinbagoevents.com. Walk-in registration will start on April 22nd. This is one of the t-shirts. This is the gray. You saw the blue yesterday and the black. You have the pull string bags that you're getting your stuff in. You have your customized medals. You have your breakfast to get. All of that for $200. I don't think nobody could. I feel like a politician, you know, like I just trying to give it thing, you know, and to get, look, Tell
Good
them,
timing.
Baba, yeah, chef,
Good
let me
timing,
go.
good timing.
Yeah, let me go. Have some exercise to do.
Guys, register, as I say, the Chef Shara's Culinary Academy is here for everybody, all ages.
Yeah, man.
At all ages. Invest, our classes are open for everybody. Our academy is open to welcome everybody. So we invite you to come in, register, and get started.
All right, look out for more Bacchanal on Monday as the weekend is before us and we are in silly season. Until Monday, we out.
Good morning. Welcome to Breaking Dawn.